Well, in 5th place we have the Sharp Famicom Twin, and I want an orange one. Not familiar with the Famicom Twin? Well, it's a Nintendo Famicom, which is the Japanese NES, plus the Nintendo disk drive, all in one unit. Obviously, as you can tell, it was built by Sharp. Never available outside Japan. Released in around about 86 to start with. I think they look really cool. There are a lot of very smart Japanese exclusive games that I've never played and really want to. It's just something I've only been aware of for about the past 3 or 4 years, but I've been thinking about getting one for all that time, so might be on the list for the new year. I don't know. They're quite expensive. Cheapest £60, dearest about 200 or 300, depending on what the kind of condition, whether you want them boxed. Anyway, moving on to number 4 now. Okay, number 4. This is a bit different. It's a Commodore Amiga 1200, but not any Amiga 1200. My childhood friend Kevin's Amiga 1200. The Christmas the year before, I got my Amiga 600, which was a great gaming machine. I had hours and hours of fun of it. Then the following Christmas, he got the Amiga 1200, which made my 600 look terrible. Then about 6 months later, he got a huge hard drive for the damn thing. I wanted it so much, and even now, I really still want it. I haven't bought a 1200 for that very reason, because it's not Kevin's one. So, that's what I want. I want Kevin's Commodore Amiga 1200. Moving on to number 3. Right, now we're in the top 3. This is where things get really difficult for me. Now, number 3, I've had to think long and hard about this, and it must be Robocop, the side-scrolling beat-em-up, the arcade cabinet. It probably one of the first arcade games I ever played. I've got it for my Super Gun, but it's not the same. I want the full cab. I want the whole damn thing to play in my house. Probably won't get one, but I want one. They're not particularly expensive. I could probably get one for under £200, but I've not got the space for it. And this is a wish list. So, that's what I want. A Robocop arcade machine. Right, now for the top 2. Okay, number 2. Now, this is very difficult for me. I almost left this off the list totally, but it's a Commodore 65. Not a 64, a 65. Prototype. There's about between 50 and 200 nods available in the world somewhere. An improved version of the 64, also with backwards compatibility. Looks really cool with that disk drive in there, the front there. I wish I'd carried that on for the Amiga range, but Commodore dropped it in favour of the Amiga. I always wanted one when I first heard about it. Chances of me getting one are slim to none, probably. Just a historical oddity that I really want. Value, I've seen them about $500, up to $1,000. I don't think I'd ever buy one. There's nothing I can really do with it. Just sit there and look at it and go, wow, that's cool. Right, now for the number 1. Well, I think this is the easiest choice for me. There was absolutely no choice where it was going to be. The hardest thing was picking the other 9. Number 1, a Commodore 64. Not any Commodore 64, my one. The one that I had, my first ever computer. The one that my mum bought me. The one that I had over 200 games for, on tapes, stacked high. One that I had 3 joysticks for. I broke the external disk drive and had to get a new one. The external tape drive, I should say, not the disk drive. I was never rich enough to own one of them. Here in the UK, the disc drives were quite rare for the Commodore 64. However, in America they were very common. Fantastic computer. I don't need to go into why they were so great. One of the best icons of the 80s in my opinion. Absolutely loved mine. Absolutely miss it to this day. I haven't bought another one because it's not the one that I had to sell to help fund my Amiga. I dearly love the Amiga, but I really wish I had my Commodore 64 back. It was a Mark II model, so it was not the bread bin style, the more slanty style. It didn't matter to me, I just loved the damn thing. I wish I could have it back now, but c'est la vie. Anyway, that's the Christmas Top 10. I hope you enjoyed it. Look out for another vintage review soon. I'll catch you next time.